The invisible dry air threat begins the moment your heating system turns on, because while you feel warmth and comfort on your skin, something invisible and far more dangerous begins happening in the air around you. The humidity level starts falling rapidly, and this dry air begins pulling moisture directly from your body through your breath, your skin, and even your eyes. And the most disturbing part is that this process happens silently, without pain, without warning, and without triggering your natural survival alarms, because thirst is not designed to detect slow environmental dehydration. Thirst only activates when dehydration has already reached a deeper and more dangerous level. And this means your body can remain in a constant state of mild dehydration for weeks during heating seasons, without you ever realizing the damage that is accumulating inside. And this creates a hidden biological stress where your skin begins losing elasticity, fine lines appear faster, joints begin feeling tighter and less flexible, and your throat and airways begin drying out, making breathing feel slightly heavier and less efficient. But most people assume this is normal aging, when in reality it is accelerated environmental damage caused by artificially heated dry air. And the real danger becomes even more serious at the cellular level, because every single cell in your body depends on water to maintain its structure, remove toxins, repair damage, and produce energy. And when dry air constantly pulls moisture out faster than your body can restore it, your cells begin shrinking slightly, repair slows down, inflammation increases, and your biological aging process begins speeding up silently. And this is why many people begin experiencing unexplained fatigue, mental fog, slower reaction time, and reduced physical endurance during heating seasons, not because their body is weak, but because their cellular environment has been compromised without their awareness. And according to the World Health Organization, dry indoor air can weaken respiratory defenses, increase irritation, and reduce the body's natural protection against environmental stressors, which means the air inside your home directly influences how well your body can defend itself and repair itself. And this creates a psychological shock most people never consider. The environment you trust for safety may quietly be accelerating internal decline every single day. And even more alarming is the neurological effect. Because your brain is nearly 75% water, and even small levels of dehydration can reduce cognitive speed, weaken focus, and increase mental fatigue. And this explains why many people notice slower thinking, reduced motivation, and lower mental clarity without understanding the true cause. And here is the exciting and empowering truth. Once you recognize this invisible exposure, you gain the ability to slow down one of the most overlooked accelerators of aging simply by controlling your indoor environment, protecting your cellular hydration, and restoring your body's natural balance. But this invisible dehydration is only the first layer of danger, because as heated dry air continues entering your lungs every minute, it begins weakening your respiratory defense system itself. And once that protective barrier is compromised, the real biological risks begin unfolding in ways most people never expect. Moreover, the lung defense collapse begins silently, because your lungs are not just organs for breathing, they are highly advanced defense systems designed to protect you every second from invisible threats in the air. And the most powerful weapon your lungs use is a thin layer of protective moisture called the mucus barrier. This layer traps harmful particles, dust, microbes, and environmental irritants before they can enter deeper into your body. And under normal conditions, this system works automatically without your awareness, keeping you safe every minute of your life. But the moment dry, heated air enters your home, this protection begins weakening slowly and invisibly. Because dry air pulls moisture out of this protective layer, making it thinner, weaker, and less effective. And here is the frightening truth most people never realize. You may still feel normal, while your lung defenses are quietly losing their ability to protect you. And this creates a dangerous exposure window where harmful particles can travel deeper into your respiratory system, triggering inflammation, irritation, and increased vulnerability to infections. And this explains why many people begin experiencing dry throat, mild coughing, chest tightness, or increased breathing discomfort during heating seasons without understanding the true cause. And the real danger becomes even more serious with time, because once this protective moisture barrier weakens, your lungs must work harder to defend you, increasing internal stress and accelerating respiratory fatigue. And according to the World Health Organization, dry indoor air significantly increases respiratory vulnerability, especially as the body's natural repair systems become more sensitive to environmental stress. And this creates a shocking realization. The air inside your home can quietly determine how strong or weak your immune defenses remain. And this also explains why many people notice reduced stamina, faster exhaustion, and slower recovery from respiratory stress during colder seasons, because their lung protection has been compromised without visible warning signs. But here is the empowering and exciting truth. The moment you restore proper moisture balance in your environment, your lung defense system begins strengthening again almost immediately. Your airways remain protected, breathing becomes easier, and your immune resilience improves naturally without medication. And this reveals something deeply important. Your lungs are not weak. They are simply responding to the environment around them. And once you understand this hidden influence, you regain control over one of the most critical defense systems in your body. But this respiratory vulnerability is only one part of a much larger hidden chain reaction, because dry, heated air does not just affect your lungs. It begins influencing circulation itself, and this directly impacts the most vital organ responsible for your survival, your heart. Similarly, the heart stress effect begins in a way most people never suspect, because when the heating system raises the indoor temperature, your body immediately begins adjusting your circulation to maintain internal balance. And this process happens automatically without your awareness. Your blood vessels expand to release excess heat, then contract again when temperatures fluctuate. And this constant adjustment forces your heart to work harder even while you are sitting, resting, or sleeping. And here is the hidden truth that creates deep concern. You may feel comfortable in a warm room, but internally your cardiovascular system may be under continuous pressure. And over time, this invisible workload increases fatigue, reduces physical energy, and creates subtle instability in circulation. And this explains why many people experience dizziness when standing, unexpected tiredness, or a feeling of weakness during prolonged exposure to heated indoor environments. And the real danger becomes more serious with age. Because the cardiovascular system becomes more sensitive to environmental stress, and the heating system can create repeated expansion and contraction cycles in blood vessels, which increases strain on the heart muscle itself. And according to Peter Attia in Outlive, environmental stressors play a powerful role in long-term cardiovascular health, because the heart must constantly adapt to external conditions. And when this adaptation continues daily for months or years, it accelerates cardiovascular fatigue silently, and this creates a shocking realization. Your heart may be working harder inside your home than it does during light physical activity, and this also explains why some people feel unusually drained during heating seasons without any clear medical explanation, because their heart is under constant environmental demand. But here is the exciting and empowering truth. When the heating system is balanced properly and temperature extremes are avoided, your blood vessels stabilize, circulation becomes smoother, and your heart immediately experiences relief, reducing hidden cardiovascular strain and restoring energy efficiency. And this reveals something deeply reassuring. Your heart is not failing, it is adapting. And once the environment supports it instead of challenging it, your cardiovascular system becomes more stable and efficient again. But circulation is only one part of this hidden chain reaction. Because the heating system does not just influence your heart, it directly affects your brain's stability, mental clarity, and neurological control in ways most people never realize. Another aspect to it is that the brain fatigue effect begins the moment the heating system raises indoor temperatures beyond your brain's optimal comfort zone, because your brain depends on a precise balance of oxygen, temperature, and air quality to function efficiently. And when the heating system overheats, the air, oxygen circulation efficiency begins to drop, and your brain must work harder to produce the same level of clarity. And this creates a silent neurological slowdown that most people never recognize, because it does not feel like illness, it feels like normal aging. And this is where the hidden danger appears. Many people blame age when they forget names, lose focus, or feel mentally slow. But the real cause may be prolonged exposure to overheated indoor environments, because the heating system can reduce air freshness, increase dryness, and subtly interfere with oxygen delivery to brain cells. And when brain cells receive less oxygen efficiency, mental energy production declines, and this leads to slower thinking, reduced alertness. and a constant feeling of cognitive heaviness, and this effect builds gradually, which makes it even more dangerous because you do not notice the decline while it is happening, but you feel its consequences in the form of brain fog, poor concentration, and mental exhaustion. And environmental neuroscience research has confirmed that indoor air conditions directly influence cognitive performance, attention span, and neurological efficiency. And sleep scientist Matthew Walker explains in Why We Sleep that the brain is extremely sensitive to environmental conditions, and even small disruptions in temperature and air quality can reduce mental recovery and neurological performance, and this creates a deeply unsettling realization. The heating system in your home may be quietly draining your brain's sharpness every single day without your awareness, and this explains why some people feel mentally clearer outdoors than inside heated rooms. Because the brain immediately receives better oxygen balance and temperature stability. But here is the exciting and empowering truth: when the heating system is properly balanced and overheating is avoided, brain oxygen efficiency improves quickly, mental clarity returns, focus becomes stronger, and cognitive energy begins restoring itself naturally within days. And this reveals something incredibly hopeful. Your brain has not lost its power. It has been adapting to environmental stress, and once that stress is reduced, your brain begins functioning with greater clarity and efficiency again. But cognitive fatigue is only the early warning signal, because the heating system also disrupts something even more critical to survival and recovery: your sleep, the body's most powerful repair system. In the same manner, the sleep disruption trap begins when the heating system keeps your sleeping environment warmer than your body's natural repair temperature. Because the human body is biologically programmed to enter deep sleep only when core temperature drops slightly, and this temperature drop is not a weakness. It is a signal that activates the body's most powerful repair systems, including brain detoxification, cellular repair, immune strengthening, and energy restoration. But when the heating system keeps the room too warm, this critical temperature drop never fully happens, and your body remains trapped in a lighter, incomplete sleep state. And this creates a deeply deceptive situation, because you may sleep for 7 or 8 hours, yet still wake up feeling tired, mentally slow, and physically drained. And this creates confusion and fear, because it feels like your body is losing its ability to recover, when in reality, the heating system has been silently interrupting your biological repair process. And this effect becomes more dangerous with age, because recovery efficiency naturally becomes more sensitive to environmental conditions, and even small increases in sleeping temperature can reduce deep sleep duration, weaken hormonal repair signals, and prevent full neurological recovery. And longevity researcher Dan Buettner explains in The Blue Zones that long-living populations consistently sleep in environments that support natural body cooling. And this cooling effect allows their bodies to enter deeper recovery states more consistently. And this reveals a shocking truth: the heating system may be quietly preventing your body from entering the most important phase of sleep, which is deep sleep, the phase where the brain removes toxins, the immune system resets, and the body restores strength. And when this phase is repeatedly disrupted, aging accelerates, immunity weakens, fatigue increases, and energy levels decline slowly over time. And this creates a cycle where people believe their decline is permanent, when in reality, it may be reversible environmental stress. And here is the most exciting and empowering truth: when the heating system is adjusted to allow a slightly cooler sleeping environment, the body immediately regains its ability to enter deep sleep more effectively. Recovery becomes stronger, mental clarity improves, and energy levels begin restoring naturally. And this reveals something incredibly hopeful: your body has never lost its repair ability. It has only been waiting for the right conditions to activate it again. But the most dangerous effect of the heating system is something even more alarming and invisible, because beyond sleep disruption, it can directly weaken your immune system itself. The immune suppression effect begins quietly, without pain, without warning, and without any obvious signal, because your immune system does not operate independently. It depends completely on the stability of the environment around you. And when the heating system continuously produces dry, overheated air, it begins to slowly disrupt the delicate biological balance your immune defenses rely on every second. And this is where the real danger begins. Because most people believe their immune system weakens only because of age. but the truth is far more unsettling. The heating system may be silently weakening your immune efficiency every single day inside your own home. And this happens because your immune system's first line of defense exists in the moist protective barriers of your nose, throat, and respiratory tract. And when the heating system removes moisture from the air, these protective barriers begin to dry, crack, and weaken, allowing viruses, bacteria, and inflammatory particles to bypass your natural defenses more easily. And this creates a hidden vulnerability where illness enters faster, spreads easier, and takes longer to recover from. And this is why many older adults notice slower recovery, longer fatigue after minor illness, and increased susceptibility to respiratory infections during seasons when the heating system runs continuously. And this effect is not imagined, it is biological, because immune cells require proper hydration and environmental stability to communicate, repair, and respond effectively. And when the heating system creates constant environmental stress, immune coordination becomes slower and less efficient, and this leads to chronic low-grade inflammation, which longevity researchers now identify as one of the central drivers of biological aging. And scientists like David Sinclair, author of Lifespan, explain that environmental stress accelerates the loss of biological resilience, making the body more vulnerable over time. But here is the most hopeful and empowering discovery: this immune suppression is not permanent damage. It is a reversible environmental effect, and when indoor air balance is restored by adjusting the heating system, maintaining proper humidity, and allowing the respiratory system to remain hydrated, immune efficiency begins improving almost immediately. Inflammation reduces, recovery becomes faster, and the body regains its natural defensive strength. And this reveals the truth most people never realize. The greatest health risk after 50 may not come from outside your home, but from the air created by the heating system inside your home every single day. And once you understand this, you gain the power to protect your energy, your immunity, and your longevity. So if this opened your eyes, make sure to like this video, share it with others who deserve to protect their health, and subscribe to the channel, because the knowledge you learn here may be the key to protecting your future.